Alright, well. Gotta say, not off to a good start. My Spotify plugin isn't working, and my camera was also completely off, like settings-wise. I hope that's gonna be the only technical issues I have to deal with tonight. Because, yeah. That would be annoying. Either way. It doesn't really matter since I'm not using Spotify anyways during these PSP streams. I just play the in-game soundtrack. So that's good at least. That means I can just ignore it past this, you know, stream starting soon screen. As long as the game works, everything's fine. Alright. How am I? Pretty okay. Not particularly great, but also not particularly bad. In general, just okay. Let me move over. I actually went out of my way to create a new scene for YouTube now, so I don't have to like change stuff all the time. Alright, welcome back. Actually, it looks like I forgot something. Yeah, that I can just disable. So, welcome back to another stream on YouTube, as per usual on Saturdays. And yeah, today we'll check out the final PSP game of the second batch. Like, I basically wanted to separate these 15 games that I wanted to check out into three batches. And this is the 10th one, meaning it's the final one of the second batch. After this one, I'll take a little bit of a break from PSP streams, mainly because I want to catch up with the YouTube video. So I want to write the script, I want to actually voice it in, I want to edit it, and then release it on Patreon. Once all that is done, I'll return to PSP stuff. And in the meantime, you know, maybe we'll do some Gran Turismo, maybe we'll check out some new games. Who knows? But that's gonna be the plan, basically. So, I also tried streaming with a better bitrate this time around. Usually I stream at 6,000. Now I'm streaming at 10,000. So the quality should be a lot better. Let me know if you notice it. And I hope that also works. Like my upload is actually good enough for that. So, I feel like watching me on YouTube is so much better than Twitch because you don't get ads, right? You don't get ass blasted with ads, and you can actually like watch, you know, the beginning of the stream and then catch up if you missed it. Hi, Paraglider. Thanks for joining on stream as well, on YouTube. I mean, so Burnout Legends. I gotta say, this is probably the most recent game that I played before this entire PSP shtick. Okay, don't have audio. That's not good. And you don't have audio either. Where is it? Nowhere. Alright. What if I put it here? Oh! Holy shit, that was loud. Okay! Sorry about the ear rape there. Alright, so let's make a new profile, because I already made one before. Yeah, as I said, this is like the most recent game that I played before I did all the PSP research stuff. This I actually just checked out in my free time at some point. And it's good, it's good. If you have not played the PSP version of Legends, yeah, there you can see I already played like a little bit. Not too much, actually, only like an hour and a half. Let's overwrite the data, there we go. But yeah, still a good game. Certainly, I can already tell you right away, much better than the DS version. Absolutely not comparable. So, have your soundtrack again. But check driver details first. More importantly, the settings. Because I do want to make the music is good, but I want to make it a little bit more quiet, so that YouTube doesn't pick it up. At least not as easily. Anything else? Controls should be fine. I don't think I need to change those. Although that's nice. But I have my emulator set up in a way where I don't necessarily need to change any of this. Gameplay. Takedown camera, we can leave that on. Impact time manual, that's fine. Yeah, honestly everything seems good. Records, rewards, progress. That's irrelevant right now. So let's jump right into the world tour. So basically the game works like a mini compact version of Burnout 3, if that makes any sense. So it's once again a little bit like a Midnight Club LA remix, where it takes like a bunch of content from all the from all the Burnout games in this case, and just kind of mixes it together. So I have like I think maps from Burnout 1 even, but also a bunch of Burnout 2 maps and a bunch of Burnout 3 maps, along with the cars from Burnout 3 and the overall gameplay. So yeah, and yeah, a bunch of game modes too. Just start with a compact type 1. I think that's a fairly iconic starter car. Paraglider, I assume, because the music labels don't actually want that. Like, they don't want you to turn off their music. At least that's my conspiracy theory. But there you are. I gotta say, game looks good. The game does look pretty nice. Well, actually, my first takedown of the entire game was a double takedown. Now that's some skill, man. Okay, I need to change the controls though. It's not actually working as well as I thought. Okay, how's this? It's not good either. I think I have to go with completely custom controls for this particular game. So let me go ahead and try that. Actually, you know what? Let me just do this race first. Fuck it. Nice. Oh yeah, look at the damage model. Yeah, that is a proper game once again. Like, this does not feel cheap, other than the graphics, of course, which once again I gotta say, for PSP look really good. I've certainly seen much worse looking games. Good stuff once again. Good first impression. I think this must be a track from Burnout 2, if I remember correctly, like one of the first ones. It's pretty cool, using Burnout 2 tracks with Burnout 3 gameplay, like takedowns and such. Yeah, as per usual, beginning of Burnout games is usually fairly easy. Thing is, usually with these games you want to have the soundtrack a little bit louder because the engine audio isn't usually that good here. So maybe turn it up a tiny bit. I don't want to make it too loud and risk of YouTube picking it up, but yeah, maybe just a little bit. Okay, one more lap. So what's your guys' favorite Burnout game? I'm curious. I feel like most people, like the majority, will probably say Burnout 3, but there's also a lot of room for other opinions. Usually it's either 3 or Paradise. You see a lot of votes for Revenge usually. Maybe some for 2 or Dominator. 1 gets mentioned very, you know, very sparsely for obvious reason. Or I'm reading a lot of Revenge. Interesting. What are they doing? I love how they just wiped out them. Nice. Amazing. Alright, sweet. You only played Paradise so far. Oh man, you gotta check out the other ones. They are so good. I actually recommend starting with 3. If you wanna check out the other ones. Yeah. Look at all these. Yeah, literally, like my first takedown was a double takedown in this playthrough. I'm an expert, guys. Okay, before I continue, I want to change the controls a little bit. Fuck this emulator, man. Sometimes it's really annoying. Because I need to... Do we have a... Okay, we do not have a patch. That's unfortunate. I want to change the controls just a little bit. So, what does this look like usually? That can stay. That is okay. These here. I think R was nitrous. Wait, does that not work? Oops. I think I just deleted it. Oops. I want that on this, but that means I have to remove it from here, otherwise this gets a little bit weird. Okay, I'm mildly confused right now. Yeah, okay. And then we do this. Okay. Should be fine, I think. By the way, if someone wants to look up a 60 FPS patch, let me know, because I definitely noticed that it's in 30. First stream, cheers, man. Enjoy. So we can either continue. I don't know what I just pressed. I don't know what I just pressed. Did I just start the same event? What did I just do? Oh, I just jumped into a crash junction. Yeah, so that's actually a thing that returns, which I'm super happy about. The crash junctions actually made it in here, which is really good. Really good. Loading times are a bit insane though. Alright. Let's see what I'll do. Okay, I forgot to use impact time because I wasn't sure about the button. I think I have to mess around with the controls a little bit more. I'm still not entirely happy about it. But I look pretty good, honestly. I think that might already be a gold. Yep, easy. The load times are pretty ridiculous. I already feel the need to speed them up a little bit. Oh yeah. And the music is like a mix of like various Burnout games. Like a little bit of 3, a little bit of Revenge. So let me go back to driver details. I want to make sure I actually nail these settings to not ruin my experience. No, where do I want to go? Controls. Let's go with type B. Yes, let's go with type B. And then let me just set this up properly once again. Controls. Yes, let's just do it properly. Then it should work. And those we want to have on the triggers. There we go. Okay. That should be perfect. Just some music from Revenge? Oh really? I thought it had some songs from Burnout 3 as well. I mean, let's just check. I think I might be right. Makes it even more weird of a mix. Like, it has actually nothing from Burnout Revenge except for the music. Which, I mean, I guess that works. So, yeah. Let's continue some races. 100 gold medals. Quite a lot. But it's surely all of the, across all of the car classes, not just compact. Wait, what have I done? Oh, I did another crash junction, I didn't even notice. I know there was a way to do a perfect start here, but I totally forgot how. Oh. Yeah, boy. I think it exploded. I didn't block off the road there. I think we have to do it again. I didn't block off the road over there. I think I may have to do it again. Yeah, they're just driving through. Let's just restart right away. How much for US continent? I think you only have races in the US here. But I'm not sure. But it doesn't... It's not really a... Actually, no, never mind. You saw the entire world on that image, right? Okay, so I actually managed to push that guy a little bit forward. I don't know where that tanker went. I guess that's okay. Yeah, that's definitely fine. This is actually a good game. From what little I have played, yes. Definitely. Nice little drift there. That's the goal. There we go. There we go. So let's move on. I kind of want to go back to races though. Although we're really, really close to unlocking something. I had Pursuits made in. This was in Burnout 2. So for those of you who haven't played Burnout 2, you're basically a cop and you have to take out a single guy, and that single guy has a health bar. Sounds kind of unfun, but it's actually pretty cool. As I said, it's like a really, really odd mix of Burnout 2, 3, and a little bit of a Revenge. And I crashed into a traffic car, great. There you have the health bar at the top right, actually top left corner. Where's the guy? Oh. And you wanna hit him as hard as you can. Yeah, I think I'm in front of him, yeah. Distance meter says so. Sometimes if you're lucky you can complete these very, very quickly. But certainly not easy. Have I been? Pretty okay. Haven't really been doing much except watching F1 today. So I have to write the script for Cabin on the City. Which I will probably do after the stream. What? What was that about? That weird camera. Oh, fuck. Oh, that was super miscalculated. So you have this one guy that's just a little bit more robust than the other drivers. Okay, that was good. What? I thought he still had some health left. How did he lose that? About to end Dark Souls 3. Just move on to Elden Ring. Okay. I've actually just unlocked the cop. Nice. I don't want it yet. Don't want to drive it yet, I think. Maybe eventually. I hope the sirens are gonna be on in regular races, because they get a little bit annoying after some time, I think. You can damage them more with impact time? Nice, okay. I gotta try that. They only have 2 cameras as per usual. Regular chase cam and a bumper cam. To be honest, you don't really need much more than that. Whoa, what the fuck? Nice. Ah, come on, what was I supposed to do against that traffic car? Man, I'm actually really happy to play some Burnout on stream. It's something that I've been kind of wanting to do for a while, but I just couldn't really do it because I couldn't come up with anything interesting. So this kind of gives me a chance to play some Burnout on stream. Uh oh. Dude, I've completely forgot what my goals were. Okay, now I got a bronze medal, so I guess I have to do like at least 3 more, I'd say. I want to go for gold. Yeah, they're a little bit resistant, man. I grind them into the wall, but not really much is happening. Oh, fuck. Can the camera show what's behind me? Maybe there's someone I could take out. Oh, not really. Nah, Burnout Run is actually the only Burnout game I have not played yet. I played everything else. I mean, I guess Crash, but who the fuck cares about Burnout Crash, right? But Burnout 1 is the only one I have not played yet. I mean, fuck, I even played the DS version of this. And now I got silver. I can just jump over a traffic car. Just saw it for like 2 milliseconds. Nice. And I get my gold medal. Was that not my takedown? Okay, I guess not. Okay, reading chat is really dangerous in this game. I already noticed. Look at chat at the wrong time and you crash out. But it's easily the most impressive damage model I've seen on the PSP yet, unsurprisingly. Okay, I guess that counted. Question is that the gold medal now? Or do I need to take someone else out? I mean, obviously a Burnout game would have, you know, the most impressive damage model. Even for the DS version, I didn't have much praise for the DS version, but damage model on the DS version was actually pretty good. Like the only thing that game has going for it. But I think of the graphics, dude, they're really good. If you have not seen many of the other PSP games, they may not really look like it, but it's definitely one of the best looking PSP games, easily. Maybe even the best looking one, but it's hard to say. The only thing that I'm not so sure about is the car models, you know? And the way reflections look on those car models, that looks a little bit strange in my opinion. But the tracks themselves are great, honestly. Alright. Hey, new car. Sweet, sweet, sweet. Yeah, honestly, this plays just like Burnout 3. Seriously. Yeah, okay. Thanks for showing me that photo. Okay. Okay, I wanna look something up though. Let me see if I can find it. What am I using? ULUS, okay. 60 FPS patch. Let's see if I can find it. Oh, I think I found something. Let's unlock the frame rate. Yeah, there we go. And then it should feel even better. Because the old Burnout games, they don't even run at 60, right? They all run at 30. But here you can actually seemingly patch it for 60. So let's see if it worked. Yes. Yes. Goodbye. And continue. I think that worked. The scrolling text is already 60 FPS. No, I don't wanna do another one of these. Let's do another pursuit. Is there a new event type? A burning lap. Okay, sure, why not? Why not? Wait, really? Burnout 3 runs at 60 FPS? I didn't even know. Well, now this does too. Oh, this looks, it's so much better immediately, man. Immediately, you can notice the difference immediately. Just so much more smooth. Okay, let's try not to crash out. And these burning laps are usually pretty unforgiving. It's like you do one crash, it's over, man. As I was saying. But it's the first one, so maybe we're a little bit... Maybe the game is a bit gracious. Yep, okay. I was thinking, since it's the first one, maybe, you know... Postcard. I guess you get those for completing these burning laps. Would be cool if they would give you the car, but I guess it's a bit early for that. So I'm okay with that. I like some color. One crash and it's over. Instant death. They're not that unforgiving. I mean, maybe they're not in this game. I never really played it that long. But definitely know in Burnout 3, especially later ones are super unforgiving, man. Especially because the cars, they get really, really quick. And, yeah. Very, very easy to lose the gold medal by literally just one crash. How am I doing? I'm pretty okay. Thanks for asking, and thanks for the super chat. Sure, I'll take it. What are the last 5 games that I still haven't played yet? In no particular order. Need for Speed Shift. Motorstorm Arctic Edge. Grip Shift. What's the other one? One more. One more game that I can't remember right now. And Gran Turismo PSP. What's the other game I'm still missing? Well, YouTube this time, because YouTube is better. I had to break it to you, man. I have Split Second. Dude, I always forget about Split Second because it's just so weird that Split Second has a PSP port. Like, what the fuck? Yeah, thanks for 99 cents, Henry. Like, how many of you did actually know that there's a PSP port of Split Second? I had no idea until I actually researched PSP racing games. That is such a weird game. To be on PSP. Oh yeah, there's one NASCAR game, but I decided not to look too much into it. Wait, Split Second even had an iOS port? No way. Play more Tokyo Extreme Racer Drift 2? I actually did. Hate to break it to you, but I actually lost the footage. I accidentally deleted most of the footage that I had. So yeah. I'll probably play something else from the Tokyo Extreme Racer series at some point. Nah, the game was just running at 30 before. But really good 30, like I wasn't even bothered by it, but 60 is just better, you know? It's kind of unfortunate, like in Tokyo Extreme Racer Drift 2, there was a lot more content that was actually worth showing. Like it had its full-blown rally mode, for example, which was really fun. But yeah. Just happens sometimes that you lose footage It's always a bit sad, but yeah, happens occasionally. Races are pretty long occasionally, which kind of surprises me. Usually, races in any PSP racing game tend to be a bit more on the shorter side. Wanga Midnight on the PSP, I won't play for too long because it's not in English. Like, I don't really enjoy games that are not in English, or in any language that I understand for that matter. Like, always having to, like, look back and forth with, like, a translation sheet is not really, like, it kills my enjoyment for any game, to be honest. I'll check it out, just to give it an honorable mention in the video, but I won't really go in depth with it, as with the other games. Yeah, I did 2 crash events yet. Can definitely go for more later. Yeah, I figured Street Supremacy is probably going to be fairly similar to Wanga Midnight. But since Street Supremacy was in English, that's kind of what I decided to focus on. I think there's also an initial D game on the PSP that's worth checking out, but once again, it's just in Japanese. Thanks, Nicholas. So, what else do we have here? Another face-off. Or another pursuit. Now, let's do some more crash junctions. Why not? I think we only have these 2 here. It looks like I don't even have any different cars because it doesn't even let me... Actually, can you select the car or the... Nah, it's always giving you a set one. Okay. That's all I wanted to know. So I know there was a way to do a perfect start and I forgot how. Okay, I think I got it. It's kind of weird. Like you have to... This way I have to crash? Surely. Like you kind of have to... tap the brake and then tap the gas back to back, so to say. It's a bit awkward. And probably it's something not many people know because it's not really explicitly explained. That was gold, nice. Wasn't sure, but I guess I had enough traffic there. Who knows? Okay, let's do one more. Does that one work so well? The thing is, the Vita didn't have much games to begin with, let alone racing games. But the racing games, they were mostly just ports from actual games like Most Wanted 2012, for example. Which is really impressive, but also not that interesting. Okay, I'm guessing that's where I have to go. Okay, let me collect the cash bonus here. There we go. I missed a few cars there. Oh, you can see all the detail drops there. Oh yeah, the detail in the background drops really hard. That looks so strange there. You see that in the background? Super weird. Alright, another gold. Let's go. Okay, one more. I want to do one more. Because they work so well. But now I gotta say, these crash junctions, they don't seem to be that massive. Like, there aren't as many cars involved as in the console versions. But that might be because I'm just doing the first few, you know? That might change later on. If not, then that's definitely just because of the hardware, in which case I'm not gonna be too upset about it. Was that a good idea? Let's try to touch this car. Yes! Okay, nice. Okay. Did some more damage there. Sweet. What's the next game after this? I'm not sure actually. I think it is Shift, but I'm not sure. Yeah, I think it's Need for Speed Shift. I think I put that right after Burnout, because Shift on the PSP is actually a Burnout game in disguise, really. So I think it made sense to check it afterwards. There we go. I wonder what you unlock these for, since you can't select them for the events. I guess you unlock them for like arcade mode or whatever. At least that's what I'd assume. Yeah, the 3DS also doesn't have many racing games, which is why I didn't go for a 3DS project. I think you have like a Ridge Racer game there. That's kind of mid from what I heard. Then the Run, which is basically the same version as on the Wii. And then what else? Mario Kart, okay, ooh. Okay, I have not done any damage so far. That's not going so well. There we go. There we go, there's some damage. This plays so well in 60 FPS, man. That patch is absolutely necessary in my opinion. Like, that actually elevates the game so much. I mean, it's usually the case with racing games, you know, the higher the frame rate, the better it plays, right? But I feel like this game in particular benefits so much from 60. What? I actually managed to catch him with the impact time there, and that killed him immediately. Nice, man. Fucking nice. Oh, that's what I do, man. Speed run. Okay, let's do a face-off. Didn't we get like a... Yeah, we got this one. We got the Tuner Compact. Okay, cool. I'm not sure how much faster these are. There aren't actually any stats here. I'm not sure if any of these cars are actually faster. I'm just gonna assume they are. But I think if I already... I mean, there are some games that also had a DS version that we're checking out, you know, with this whole PSP shtick. And I'd say this probably has the biggest glow up. Or the biggest quality difference between DS version and PSP version. You know? Like, the DS version of Most Wanted was definitely the worst game out of the entire DS project. And the PSP version wasn't that much better. Like, only a little bit. You know? But this had the biggest... Like, there's the biggest difference here. Like, the DS version of Legends was actually terrible. It was actually awful. I think it's the second worst game out of the entire DS video. Whereas this, honestly, I feel like might become the second best so far. Or at least one of the best ones. Like, this just feels like a fully fleshed out Burnout game, if I'm being honest. Handling is fantastic. Tracks look amazing. Great damage model. Different game modes. Just pure fun, man. Even have the crash mode. Which not even Burnout Dominator had, you know, that's a crazy thing. How does this game have the crash mode, but Burnout Dominator didn't? That's crazy. think that already makes this a little bit more interesting. What's my favorite PSP racing game? So far, it's been Midnight Club LA Remix. That was so far the best one I've played. But yeah, we still have 5 games to go after this, so maybe it can be dethroned still. Who knows? Yeah, Dominator was not made by Criterion. You're absolutely correct. But they did reuse a lot of assets from Burnout 3 and Legends. Burnout 3 and Revenge, I mean. I don't think it was an impossibility to make a crash mode for that game. And it's something that I think Burnout Dominator really lacked. Oh, fuck. Do I know where he's coming from? Okay. You unlocked Tokyo in LA Remix. Yeah, Tokyo Career was really fun. Just a nice extra layer. Hello there. And the takedowns feel just as satisfying as on the console version. It's crazy. Oh, where am I going? What am I doing? But I had to take a left. Yeah, most of the... Actually, all of the racing games I checked out in the DS video were 3D. Oh yeah, some of them were actually really good. Some of them not so much. You know, it was such a mess. Such a mess of quality levels. Press select to change songs? Aha! I kind of want to crash him out. You hear that? Like sometimes the opponents use their horns. I think he just crashed out. And depending on like the opponents basically have an aggro level. So in the beginning they're just kind of passive. If you ran them a couple times, their the number basically there becomes orange, which means they're slightly pissed and they might be a little bit more aggressive. And when you completely crash them out, they become red. And that's when they will go completely ham. And you can kind of hear them honking at you when they're angry at you. Which is a cool detail. I think you can honk yourself as well. But it's pretty pointless. Doesn't really do anything. Yeah, I'm literally playing on 60 FPS. I mean, if you want the cheat code for 60 FPS, let me post it in chat if you want it. There you go. So this is what you want to press: edit cheat file. And you want to paste this into the text or document that opens up. Let me post it in chat. I can't post it in chat because the message is too long. Because for some reason, chat messages can only be 200 characters long. Yeah, just screenshot this or something. I don't fucking know, man. Type it in yourself. Okay, I wanna try something. Because this is actually a better chat here. Yeah, okay, and then I just do this. Yeah, it works okay. Okay. Eliminator, haha. Already captured it. Yeah, good luck trying to type it in. Probably gonna take a little while. The tracks look good. Obviously a little bit downgraded. Like they're basically taken straight from, Burnout 3 and such. And downgraded a little bit. But all things considered, I think they still look really good. Go. I could send a text file on Discord, yeah. I mean, in general, I could do like a document on my Discord in the featured content tab. Where I just collect all the 60 FPS patches for racing games that I've played for PSP. I think that might be something I'll do after the stream. Yeah, you don't really have many issues unlocking the frame rate on these games. Like, it just kind of works. Same with this game. Except for maybe a few very, very minor visual errors, but that's honestly not a big deal. Whoa. You dickheads. Come on. Battery life measures? Yeah, probably. Actually, that was a huge thing back then, you know. Developers were super concerned about battery life. And it was a genuine concern, you know. Now, you don't want a game to burn through your battery within an hour. Sure, I didn't think of that. Game looks quite decent. It is. It is, by and large, a full-fledged Burnout game. Like, really nothing here feels cheap, if I'm being honest. Except the graphics, but, I mean, you're playing a PSP game. You can't really expect a massive graphical, you know, something massive. And I still think for a PSP game, this looks really good. Like, I've seen much worse looking PSP games. How much I can tell you. Whoa. Oh, fuck. Oh, dude, I was riding along the trees. Did you see that? That looked a bit strange. That looked a bit strange, though. How? There we go. It's still so satisfying, man. Like, they really nailed the takedown mechanics and everything. It's exactly how it needs to be, man. Probably also helps that they just copied all the sound effects and everything. Alright, should be fine. Unless that guy somehow manages to come close again, which I don't think he will. How do these idiots always manage to crash out at the finish line? But it's the second time now. Unbelievable. Hey, nice. Oh, that looks like a muscle car though. I think that's not even for our current class. Alright, look at this. We unlocked something. Grand Prix. I'm gonna go back to Crash for now, though. Do some of those. Is 60 FPS affected the AI? It's not impossible, but I don't think so, because in the race they don't actually behave differently. Or they don't do anything weird or unexpected. But I'm not gonna rule out the possibility. Oh god, what the fuck? Okay, I think that other trailer blocked the road already. Nice. Nice. Okay. That felt pretty good. I'm not sure what I could what I can do to improve it. Yep, that's what I thought. Have I played the Metal Gear Solid games on the PSP? I have not actually played any Metal Gear Solid. Except for Revengeance, but I know that's not really like the other ones. It's really good, but it's not really like the other ones. I like that we even made the crash headline. Those you usually only get when you go completely overkill with these. Gangster boss. Okay, we're in Saints Row now, I guess. Shit, didn't get the perfect start. I think I actually managed to get every single one of the money markers this time. Okay. Once again felt pretty good, but I feel like it could have been better. Let's see. Yep, okay. Easy peasy. Wonder why the game just calls me player 1, although I put in a custom name. Weird. Grand Slam. Granddad. Ooh. The background looked a little bit fucked up. I'm not sure if you saw that. Probably some draw distancing issues. But definitely looked a bit fucked up there. Not sure if I can still show that. Yeah, that looks fucked up. So this one I remember was a bit weird. Because there isn't really... I mean, maybe this is good enough. Should've probably went for the money markers. I guess I got that one. Maybe that one too? Yeah, boy! There we go. Okay. Rest should be fine too. Oh, yeah. Okay, I think this is good enough. Easy. Dude, I'm first trying all of these right now. And so it's done. That's one of my favorite songs in the entire franchise, man. That one is so good. Hope we can get to hear it in a race at some point. Average German road. You think we don't get many idiot drivers? But we do. We definitely do. I remember this one was really weird. Because you don't want to start this one too late, but you also don't want to start it too early. It's just a weird crash junction. But this one looks pretty okay. It must hit an invisible wall at some point. I think at least. Oh, do these trucks? I'm still driving through here. I don't think they crash into anything. Okay, this more than likely is not a gold. Yeah, I figured. I would have been really surprised if that was still a gold. Okay, what's the best way to go about it? I was thinking maybe shooting one of the traffic cars into the junction, but I'm not sure. I don't think I have enough speed for that. maybe like this. Okay, now we position ourselves here. So we actually block off the other side of the road very early on. Maybe that will be something. Dude, where are they going? They just keep on driving. It's like the brakes don't work on these things. Okay, they stopped, but they didn't crash into anything. I'm not sure if that's worth anything. Oh, it is, definitely. Okay, nice. What? I mean, I'll take it. I'll take it. So I think we have 9 out of 10 now. I think I'll do up to 10. So one more. And then we do the Grand Prix. And then move on to the next set of cars, I guess. I still haven't quite figured out the perfect start. You wanna... It's so weird. It doesn't really make sense to me. I need to kind of tap the brake and tap the gas. It's very strange. Do I have to go on the other side of the roads? Yeah, okay. I think that's already a fail. Because I let myself stop too early. So we're not actually blocking off all the other cars that are coming from the other side. Jay, what the fuck is that message, man? Yeah, I gotta find a way to block both sides of the road, so I'm thinking... No, that's not how you want to do it. Definitely don't want to take... Definitely don't want to hit that bus head on. I kind of need to slide in between them, I think. And then just kind of like, with impact time, move on over to the other lane. I think that's how you want to go this... That's how you want to go about this. Yeah, exactly like that. I think I flew a little bit too far. Oh, okay, that actually works. That's not what I had planned, but I guess it still worked. Yep. Dude, where are they taking? Where are they going, man? Let's see if that was good enough. That was a bit weird, but it worked. It kind of worked. Where are they going? How long did they just keep going there? Love my live stream. Thank you. Can you put the game at 120 FPS? Why? You will not be able to see the game in 120 because I can only stream at 60 FPS. It's a limitation from Twitch, YouTube. I'm not on Twitch. So we could now go for a different car. Let's go for the tuned compact because that one actually looks a bit different. Have I checked out Flat Out Head On yet? Yeah, I did check it out, but I didn't stream it because it's just Flat Out 2. Cool, but it's just Flat Out 2. Why do people like Burnout? Because boom! People like boom boom. That is why. It's basically the perfect game for people with ADHD. You know? That's why. Obviously simplifying it a bit, there's a lot of reasons why people enjoy these games, but yeah. I would say the engine audio of this thing is super weird. It's like something out of fucking Gran Turismo. Motorstorm on PS5, I'd love to see it, but unless there's a new studio working on it, it's probably not gonna happen. Sadly. That's kind of unfortunate, you know. Motorstorm had a very short run. Like, that franchise basically only existed during the PS3 era. Like, it, you know, was born and died on that same console generation. Never actually got the chance to shine on a different one. You know, at least with Burnout and Midnight Club. You know, those at least got transitioned over to the PS3 and Xbox 360. But, yeah. Motorstorm was always just kinda solely on that one. I mean, it did get Arctic Edge, you know. That one also was on the PlayStation 2, but I don't really count that one. Mainly because, you know... it's a step backwards, not a step forwards. Ooh, okay. And Motorstorm with next-gen graphics would bang 100%. I mean, it was always a graphics and physics powerhouse, right? Like, if you play... if you check out some gameplay of, let's say, Pacific Rift on a modern emulator, like, that actually looks almost like PS4. It's crazy. Will there be a Carbon Pepega edition? Probably not. Right now we don't have any plans of making another Pepega mod after Pro Street, but depends how you guys enjoy it, depends how many people play it. After Pro Street Pepega we probably take a little bit of a break and move on to other projects for a little while. It's my opinion on Gran Turismo PSP. I only played it briefly once and it was okay. I have to like actually play it a little bit more thoroughly when I get to it. But it looked okay. Horizon Pepega edition. Yeah, sure. If that's possible. When that's possible in 15 years, then we can start talking about it, yeah. I mean, we'd only have to completely manage to somehow port the game to PC. So we can actually add cars and stuff, right? Like, that's obviously not a huge undertaking. We can do that on an afternoon. The thing is, with making a Pepega mod, you know, it's not just, you know, texture replacements or music replacements. Like, it's an overhaul mod. Like, yeah, we could make a Pepega mod for Gran Turismo, but you wouldn't have any new cars, you know? There wouldn't be any new cars or any new content. It's just same game, really. It's not really fun. But yeah, speaking of Pepega mods, there will be some news soon. Very, very soon. Probably right around the time when there's some news on the new Need for Speed. There'll probably also be some news on the Pepega mods at right around the same time. And GTA Pepega Andres. Dude, we actually talked about what a Pepega mod for a GTA game would look like. That would take years. Because the GTA game is so much more expansive than a racing game. There's so much more content in that game. Like, making a full-fledged preparing mode for a GTA would actually take years if you want to change everything. What volume do I have this on? Okay. So set it a bit lower. But yeah, I'm really curious to see the Unbound reveal. Probably next week, by the way. According to insider info. We'll probably see it next week. I'm really curious to see what the fuck they've been working on. And I low-key expect it to be a bit of a shit show. But yeah. Let's just see what happens first. Whoa. But I don't think I'm gonna stick with the compact class for any longer. The cars are getting a little bit too slow for my liking. Definitely want to try something faster. I mean, when I say insider info, I mean people that actually work in the industry, or people that know others that work in the industry, have, you know, information to share, that have like a good reputation. And they said that, you know, I mean, it's already kind of confirmed that the release date will be on the 2nd December for the new Need for Speed. And I said that, you know, we'll see a reveal probably next week. Unless they want to, you know, postpone it last minute for whatever reason. Dude, where are they, man? I even crashed. I think the new Need for Speed will take a lot of cues from Heat, because that one actually ended up succeeding in the long run, you know. So I think the next one's gonna be very similar to Heat, with some new features added and, you know, a new coat of paint, obviously, new map, a new art style, new everything. That's kind of my assumption. I surely don't want to see another little Burnout. And I don't think they're gonna make it because, although it is Criterion again, it's not the same Criterion that even made any of the Burnout games, let alone, you know, Hot Pursuit 2010 or Most Wanted 2012. So I don't think it's gonna be like those, to be honest. It's just the team is too different at this point. Holy crap. Ooh, okay. That was close. Yeah, I want to say the map was one of my last complaints, or least complaints in Most Wanted 2012. I think that was pretty nice. Perfect for the kind of gameplay they went for. New Criterion would be like a new black box. I don't know, man. It's kind of weird how they don't take any cues from the older Need for Speed games to see what works. I mean, they did a little bit with Heat, I think. And yeah, also admittedly, Need for Speed 2015. But it's just really easy to tell that Ghost was just way too understaffed. Like there were so many expectations for these Need for Speed games, and Ghost just couldn't deliver because, yeah, not enough budget, not enough staff. Like they always had to do some kind of cut somewhere, which is also the reason why I think the handling hasn't really been overhauled, because it would just take way too much time to actually make a proper grip handling and make that work properly. So they just kept on recycling the same brake to drift handling, you know. At least that's my theory. But I can tell you right now, if the new Need for Speed is anything like the new Saints Row, I'm gonna be vomiting on stream. If we're gonna get a Need for Speed that is like exactly like the new Saints Row, you know, that is super child friendly and just cringy, I'm gonna be so upset, man. That would be the true worst case scenario for the reveal. that would make so many people mad, honestly. And I really don't hope that's gonna happen. But we will see. Alright, we unlocked muscle class. Should hopefully speed things up considerably now. Oh, I like it. Yeah, I like it in yellow. Don't really get that many yellow cars here. Haven't you seen the fall in line dialogue? I don't know what you're referring to. Okay, let me rephrase that. So the new Saints Row is an amateurishly written and with no depth or, you know, serious tone. Hey Luca, thanks for more super chats. Question of the engine. Yeah, true. Like, they could continue using the Frostbite engine, but since they bought Codemasters, there's also a chance they could use Codemasters engine. Like the Ego engine, I think it's called. I think since they bought Codemasters during the development, but like while Need for Speed, the new Need for Speed was already in development, I think it will still be on Frostbite. I don't think it will use any of the Codemaster engines. Because that would mean they would basically need to port the entire game to a new engine mid-development. That's just a terrible idea. That's just an absolute waste of time and money. For really not a lot of benefit. I was using the horn. I can use my horn too. I'm not sure what it's supposed to do. Actually, I think it moves the... You can actually affect the... I'm not sure if you can affect the traffic in front of you with the horn, but it's really not that noticeable. Yeah, I did finish Cabin on the City on the PSP. I didn't go for 100%, but I finished the story. That was pretty nice. Wasn't perfect. Definitely the best Need for Speed game I played so far on the PSP. I think it did the most amount of things right. But honestly, in the case that the new Need for Speed is garbage, I really think they should just give the Need for Speed brand to Codemasters. Nice. And then let Criterion do Burnout games again. Because Burnout games were always a little bit more simplistic than Need for Speeds. I think they would have an easier time with that. They just need to put a lot of time into physics and such, right? And damage models, of course. And maybe the map. But that's how I would distribute these teams. I would, you know, let Criterion do Burnouts again. And then Codemasters should work on the new Need for Speed. That's how I would do it if I was in charge at EA. Although you could also just combine both teams and have them work on one game each. And that's kind of what they do at Rockstar. Like, Rockstar has like a bunch of different sub-studios. And the way they go about game making at the moment is they put all their efforts into like one game at a time. You know, before it was Red Dead Redemption 2. Now it's, you know, GTA 6, where they put all development efforts into this one mega game that they release every 5 years, you know. Instead of having a bunch of side projects. That's also how you could do it. There's one solace though, which not actually many people I feel like know about, because that's not a message that's spread around. But the person who made the handling in Grid 2019, I think in like 2020 or so, announced that on Twitter that he is now working on the new Need for Speed. And Grid 2019's handling wasn't perfect. It definitely was a little bit stiff, and when you go over curves, it's a little bit strange. But it's certainly much better than really all of the Need for Speed games we had recently. Like, that guy definitely knows what he's doing. So that's giving me a little bit of hope. Doesn't mean that the new Need for Speed is gonna have like grip handling like Grid. But we might see like a significant improvement in that department. Like, the handling might actually be much better in the new Need for Speed. Which would be really good. I'm surprised we didn't get a Most Wanted 2012 remaster. Oh, that's what we're gonna get next. Trust me. That's exactly what we'll get next, my friend. We didn't get it because of COVID, I think. Like, we didn't get a Most Wanted 2012 remaster because COVID just kind of overcomplicated things and messed the schedule up. Like, I totally get that they don't want to release 2 remasters back to back. But believe me, no matter what happens, next year we'll get a Most Wanted 2012 remaster. Mark my words. It is so guaranteed. Can I wreck this guy? Yeah. So yeah, already prepared mentally for that. And it is, I bet you guys it's gonna be the same half-ass remaster as with Hot Pursuit, where the game doesn't really look any different. Actually looks worse. By the way, I'm not sure if you guys knew, but Hot Pursuit Remastered actually looked worse than the original. Oh, holy shit, Luis! Thank you for the super chat, appreciate it. Sticker, right? But what they basically did for Hot Pursuit Remastered is they didn't take the old PC version of the game, but they took the old console version, right? And then remastered that one. And the problem with that is the old console version had worse textures in certain places than the old PC version. And so what essentially happened is, if you compare the old PC version and the old... the old PC version and the new PC version of Hot Pursuit, you'll actually find out that the old PC version had better details. Like, the car models looked more detailed, and, you know, the ground had a little bit more depth to it and everything. It's a bit silly. So the remaster, at least on PC, actually looks worse than the original. Which is kind of embarrassing. No clue what this car is based on. I think from the front a little bit like a skyline. Back, I don't know, could be anything. opinions on Evolution Studios. I think they had a pretty bad going out. Like, they made Drive Club, which was great, but a little bit thin on content in my opinion. And then Onrush just felt like a bad experiment. Like, that game actually felt like just an attempt to capitalize on trends, like, you know, online multiplayer team-focused games. But what are we doing now, guys? Can I crash him out like this? Yeah, it's a bit awkward. I think I have to restart the entire thing because I didn't do anywhere near enough takedowns here. How many do I even have to do? 14, yeah, I wasn't even close. I'm a bit scared of the new Need for Speed based on what they've shown so far. Okay, so basically nothing. I'd be afraid of nothing too, man. It's kind of hard to take them out sometimes. Like, they actually don't have as much recoil as in... Alright, we send that guy to hell. Straight up. Skipping limbo straight to hell. Nice. Free? That one was a free one. Okay, that guy hit the bus, but it didn't count for me. Unfortunately. Damn it. Hey, come on, man. Okay, wanted to make sure I actually get the signature takedown again. Oh, come on, I just respawned. I may not respawn, but camera gave me control again. Oh boy, okay. I did it again! How, man? How did I do it twice in the same race? The fuck? Come on, dude. Opinions on Ryo Watanabe. I don't know, I thought he was an okay villain. Had a really cool looking car. Do I need to have an opinion on everything? Taxi takedown, interesting. There was indeed a taxi there, I wasn't sure if I hit it. Ah, come on, man. I hope I'm not on critical damage. The fuck? Bullshit. 100% bullshit respawn there. Okay, now it's getting a bit silly. That is actually the third time now. It's the third time I sent someone underneath the map. And now I'm on critical damage. If I die now here, that's gonna be very unfortunate. That's unfortunate. It's very unfortunate. Fuck off. Fine, I'll take the server. At least we got some signature takedowns. Now, this is the taxi one. Yeah, it does look pretty close to the PS2 version. In general, it looks really good for a PSP game. You'll have a hard time finding other PSP racing games that look better than this. Trust me. Okay. Let's try something else. Burning lap. Ooh, that's gonna be painful. That's gonna be painful. I can already tell. Out of bound takedowns happen a lot on this version. I just had 3 in one event. Is that rare or is that normal? Okay. Hold on a lot when you hit a wall with this thing. Okay. Luca, let me read in a bit. Really don't want to crash this thing out. Woo! Can I just cut the engine audio for this thing? No way. No way I could save that. There was way too much traffic there. I was still a goal though. Nice. Thank you for the big super chat, Luca. Yeah. Yeah. The initial, if you know anything about the development history for Most Wanted 2012, it looked super promising. You can tell they really wanted to put some heart into that project, but yeah, for some reason it got scrapped. Very unfortunate. And we hope at some point people can kind of revive what's there, because the old versions of the old build are actually out there. You can play them right now. And I'm wondering if at some point maybe someone actually revives those. Would be nice to see. Oh, look at this game sharing. Upload a demo to a friend, racing a head-to-head. Cool. That's a cool feature. So someone who also has a PSP but doesn't have the game, you can basically connect with him, I guess via Wi-Fi or whatever. And then you guys can play together even if that guy doesn't have the game. Cool. Cool stuff. Ah, man, I really should have hit one of these here. I think if I had the quick start, then I could have probably hit the other one too. Oh, I actually managed to got the tram involved. Interesting. Yeah, real Most Wanted 2 would have been sick. Would have been sick. Well, maybe at some point people will kind of reconstruct the older versions and kind of build something around it. Would be cool. There's actually one cool progress, one cool project in progress at the moment. I'm not sure if it's still actively being worked on. But you guys know the Wii and PS2 version of Undercover, right? I made a video on that one quite a couple months ago. And there's actually a project in the works right now that attempts to actually take all the data from that game and put it into the PC version of Most Wanted. So you kind of have like a semi-official PC version of that, you know, of that version from Undercover. So you have like the map, the races, the cars, career, cutscenes, everything. Apparently it can port pretty much everything over to the PC version, which would be really cool. Coming on the City was okay. I think it was decent fun. It was definitely the best of the Need for Speed games I've played so far, but kind of pales a lot in comparison to, let's say, Midnight Club, which I played before. Not bad, but also nothing remarkable, in my opinion. What the fuck? I will be surprised if that somehow ends up working. Nice. Dude, that was nice. That was a nice domino effect. Okay, I got the crash breaker. I don't think that will help me much here. Honestly, I feel like that kind of sorted itself out here. Yep. do some more crash junctions. Pretty fun. So I can nail the perfect stop consistently. How did I make that jump? It feels like the game kind of pushed me on the outside there. Okay, I wanted to kind of like... wow, I got the cash bonus anyways? I want to bounce into the cash bonus and then into the crash breaker. But yeah, there's no way I can get to it now. It's literally in the middle of the fucking truck. Let's see if that's good enough. Oh, it was okay, nice. Oh my god, show simulator. Yikes. Are these all completed here? At least so far. So 2 more. There we go. That felt good. Oh god. I'm not sure how good that was. That car is just carrying me to Narnia. Where are we going, pal? Look how far away we are, man. Oh, man. I don't think that's a gold. Maybe, I mean, I didn't know what was going on behind because, well, that was actually gold, nice. I had no idea what was going on because we were flying so far away. The car just kept pushing us further and further and further. Nice. Okay, what else do we have here? One other way over here. In the Golden City. Give it a try. They are. Don't ping me for nonsense, man. Dude, why would I not get the gold here? I mean, I guess you could get the bronze and be faster here at the junction, but it doesn't look like there's anyone here yet. Now. The fuck did I just hit? The fuck was that? What the fuck? Yeah, you can avoid crashing anyone here. If you're unlucky, and then the entire thing will just end. Obviously, you'll lose, like you're not gonna win. But yeah. Okay, what the fuck did I just hit here? I'm not going to hit it again. There we go. Okay, we did hit some of the buses, holy shit. That should cause some damage. Yep, definitely. That's definitely good enough. Those buses, they took so much damage there. Yeah, easy. Yeah, speed breakers, I think was always a cool mechanic. I wouldn't mind if they bring that back. You know, being able to slow down time and get some extra grip. It just added a nice extra bit of depth to these fairly simple games, you know. Let's be real. Which is kind of nice. Especially during cups. This was really, really useful. The speed breaker. So yeah, I think that's something they could have... They should probably bring back, yeah. Nice. Yeah, during multiplayer you can't really do it, Knight. Something like Speed Breaker obviously can't work in a multiplayer race. Doesn't really work. Nice. Actually managed to save myself there. I mean, you could get the extra grip without slowing down time, but that would 100% not feel good. Trust me, that would just feel really, really, really strange. Burnout Crash. I mean, it's a fine spin-off, you know. Like, Burnout Crash was just an arcade... what was it? Xbox Live Arcade spin-off. Sure, and I think mobile game. For that, yeah, okay. Whatever. I've seen worse. Whatever. Why not? I don't think it's anything exciting, to be honest. But, yeah, it's whatever. Just not... It's just something that's not worth paying attention to, in my opinion. You know? That's why I don't really have a strong opinion on the game. I just kind of ignore it. So this track was actually Burnout 1, right? Unless it also reappeared in Burnout 2. Ah, fuck. Opinions on Project Cars Go. Project Cars what? Yeah, that game died in like 9 months, didn't it? Like they released it and 9 months later they already shut it down. Very, very successful endeavor. What a good idea. Porting a sim racing game, a simulation racing game to mobile devices. What a fantastic idea. It's like if you make a visual novel out of League of Legends or Call of Duty. No one asked for this. Oh, close. I'm a bit careful here with the nitros. Because this track is actually fairly complex. I don't want to be boosting here all the time. Very tricky. And now I've not watched the Cyberpunk anime yet. To be honest, it's something I want to do when I have a better PC. And then after watching the anime, I can just play the game. And right now, I don't want to play the game with my current PC. It's just not good enough to properly enjoy it, you know. But I heard it's really good. Fairly short, but really good. I'm a bit more careful with the nitro state. It actually pays off. Because you can take all these corners much better. And you end up being fast anyways. Nice. So yeah, this was... I remember this track from Burnout 1, yeah. It's not really optimized for Burnout 3 handling. You can tell it's a little bit awkward because you can't really boost that much here. Another road rage, let's go. Muscle Collector. I unlocked the Dominator muscle earlier. I haven't even tried all the regular muscle cars yet. Yeah. I remember. The demo version had this really creepy noise, background noise going on when you activate impact time. If you've never seen it, you should check it out, man. I don't know who composed that, but that guy has a few screws loose, man. So creepy, dude. Like the impact time sound from the demo. Super, super strange. I guess the car... It's not really good for road rage. I can tell that impacts with opponents don't really have much of an effect. The car is very, very light. It's not really good for road rage. I have to really, really force the opponents hard. And even then, it's not guaranteed that they even die. See? Should have probably picked a different one. Muscle type 2 was pretty good. I also didn't pay attention how many takedowns I need. But I'd say right now I'm definitely behind schedule. Come on, man, that wasn't even my fault. We're just all next to each other and this guy crashed. Yeah, I used the muscle type 2 earlier. It was really good. This one I have to a little bit more oomph in to get them to go into the wall. Like, see? I didn't even do anything. There we go. Now I got bronze. Holy shit. Okay, I have to pick it up, man. Ooh, okay, don't hit the bus. It's become a little bit of a meme that I always hit buses in racing games now. While playing Midnight Club. I've been like every 30 minutes, man. Always hit some kind of bus somewhere. Okay. That's off track. I don't intend to continue that trend. Okay, I hope I don't crash out. Damage critical, oh no. So I can still get the... actually, I'm almost out of time anyways. I think maybe one more? I got gold. One, quick, 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 quick. I need one... ah, fuck me. Bus! Cougar truck, I got bus. Yeah, thanks for the super chat. You've never played Burnout, but you have a question? Is it worth getting? Yeah, totally. Try it out, man. I recommend playing Burnout 3 first. That's probably the best entry to the series. And if you like that one, you can check out Revenge or Paradise. Doesn't really matter what order you play them in, really. It's another episode. These are pretty fun. Master Code, look at that thing. How's the game so far? Dude, really good, man. Super fun. It just feels like a proper Burnout game. Bunch of elements and tracks from Burnout 2 and 3. It's good stuff, man. Plays fantastic. Hey, buddy. I didn't even take damage from that, only I did. I guess you can't get them properly busted. Like, if you stop them, you don't bust them. You actually have to destroy them. I assume. Like, it's not like Most Wanted or whatever. It's up there. I feel pretty good. Okay, so far not so good. I've wasted around a minute so far. I haven't really gotten anywhere. What are you doing? He's on the other side. I think I'll just reset this. It's not gonna go anywhere, I think. Especially I need to bust him in a minute 30 for gold, so I can't even make use of my 3 minutes. It's not a lot of time, especially for this track. What the fuck? The fuck? How? How the fuck did I do that? What the shit? Oh man. 13 seconds, that's a world record, man. That is an actual world record. Fucking great. Promise if you complete it so quickly, you don't get any points for these races here. Fuck, man. Totally speedrun it, yeah. That was definitely intentional. And not just sheer luck. Okay, you just got stuck somewhere? Whoa. I will say the car models really don't look that good. Like, not only are they really low poly, but also the reflections on the car look really strange. It's not just me, right? Like, the reflections on these cars look just kind of off. Like, almost like they are super shiny, like they're all chrome. Like, they're all made out of chrome. I can forgive the car models looking a little bit low poly, because obviously they had to do, like, you know, damage modes for all of them. So I don't mind that too much. If it means getting a good damage model, which I think is more important for this game anyways. But the reflections just look kind of shite, I will say. I mean, of course I wouldn't mind if I was leading a car company and, you know, racing games want, you know, to go for hyper-realistic damage models. Of course I wouldn't mind, because I'm not a moron. And I know that that's not gonna diminish sales, but most companies that lead these car brands don't think like that. As I said, it just looks like the reflections don't look natural, you know? And a little bit overdone. It's like every car is made out of chrome. And the car is supposed to be black. And right now it's like kind of bluish because it's reflecting the sky so much. As I said, it just doesn't really look that natural, which is a shame because the environments look great, honestly. Now everything around the car looks really, really good. Now the guy doesn't seem to be able to catch up. Just kind of a chill drive for now. Ooh, okay. Close. And the face-offs are still easily the lamest event types in the entire game. Was like that in the other Burnouts too. It's cool that you get an exclusive car for winning one of these, but yeah, the events themselves are just not too exciting. Just having one opponent that typically can't really keep up anyways. It's just not really enough going on in these events. I felt the same way in Burnout 3. Definitely distinctively remember that. Yeah, dude, the idea of meshing together content from the first couple of Burnout games is a great idea. I think it really worked here, honestly. I think it worked in their favor. I will say it's a bit unfortunate that there isn't any original content. At least it doesn't seem like there is. Except for maybe a handful of cars. I would certainly like to see at least some original stuff. Like maybe one original track. Some original songs or, you know, something. But it's really mostly just stuff from other games. Yeah, Midnight Club LA remix did the same. It, you know, just copied a bunch from previous games. But at least they, you know, massively refined the handling model from Midnight Club 3. And put in some original stuff, you know. At the entire Tokyo career, which was completely original. For example. I made it worth playing. All these taillights. I think it's supposed to be looking like a Supra. Distinctively. Technically, the soundtrack is original because it came out before Revenge. Okay, now you're getting a bit ridiculous, I think. The music was clearly bought for Revenge and not this game. But since this just came out, they were like, yeah, fuck it, just throw it in and release it. I wouldn't necessarily call that original. For some reason this car feels really slow. And the one I drove earlier felt much faster. It's more like a compact car, to be honest. There's a mod that restores Burnout 3's soundtrack into this. Cool. I think it actually would fit better too, considering there isn't really anything from Revenge here, right? It's mostly Burnout 3 stuff. For the most part. Someone decided to show themselves. But one thing I also noticed, the races are always 3 laps, like every single time. It's a bit like, it reminds me a bit of Ridge Racer 2. Like the races were always 3 laps as well. Not sure why they do that. I feel like some tracks are definitely longer than others, so it makes sense to just kind of adjust the lap counts accordingly. I don't know. Did you say that? There were actually PSP games I played already that had free roam. Nightclub LA had free roam. Carbon on the City had free roam. It's just not really common because it's really hard to make work on the PSP. But yeah, there are games that have, you know, open worlds on the PSP, just not all of them. Damn it. I mean, at this point when this released, Burnout Paradise wasn't even out yet. Like, they haven't even done a Burnout game with free roam at this point, so I wouldn't really expect it. I'm not sure how they would have gone about it either. Oh yeah, TD1 also had free roam. Yeah, true, I forgot about that. Actually, I had the entire map of Hawaii, which was pretty wild. Can't forget about that one. Yeah, in the Fast Furious game. Once again, I decided not to look into it too much because it's just the same as on the PS2. But yeah, that one too has free roam. Oh, that car can actually do takedowns really well. That took almost no effort there. Yeah, the previous race was super easy. Not difficult whatsoever. Ouch. This looks like Burnout 3 on overclocked PlayStation 1. Yeah, I mean, that's essentially what it is. It is gameplay-wise fairly similar, if not identical, to Burnout 3. They have the same kind of drifting mechanics, takedown mechanics, boosting mechanics, etc. With tracks from all the first 3 Burnout games, so 1, 2, and 3. Same with the cars, are just kind of like taken from everywhere. And the soundtrack from Revenge. That's essentially what you're getting here. Where'd the engine audio go? My car is turned electric? And can you imagine a future, like if they ever made a new Burnout game and there's like an electric car? Man, that would be so strange. I mean, maybe Burnout Paradise had an electric car that I'm not aware of. That would be kind of strange. I mean, I never played Dominator on the PSP. I only played it on PlayStation 2. I think Dominator definitely had better tracks. The tracks were really nice. And I like that it had original content. Whereas this just basically recycles a bunch of stuff. But this has a crash mode. Which Burnout Dominator didn't for whatever reason. So I'd honestly put them on the same level. Both of them. Like, they're both good experiences, but they don't really bring anything too original to the table. So Dominator a little bit more so, but once again, lack of crash mod is just not good. It really makes it hard to justify Dominator. It makes it hard to justify Dominator's existence because, you know, you can just play Burnout 3 and Revenge. You get roughly the same gameplay, but with a crash mode. It's just a game you would play if you really still want more Burnout, you know. And you've already played all the other ones. Can I get my engine audio back, please? Known bug of the game. The game really is kind of buggy, isn't it? That's a bit of a shame. It's nothing game breaking. But yeah, we already had 3 cars kind of glitching under the map. And now we have this. Sure, it's a little bit buggy, this game. It's always kind of hard to like how should I say it? It's kind of hard to justify these things a little bit. No, that's not how I should say it, I think. The thing is, I'm playing this on an emulator, so I don't know if the bugs are from the game or, you know, due to the emulator. Or the 60 FPS patch, you know. So it's a bit tricky to talk about bugs when talking about these games, you know. Because I have no way of knowing what's just from the game and what's from the emulator. But if you say it's a common bug in this game, then I guess it's just from the game. Well, let's hope the bug is gone now that we move on to the next race. Yeah, exactly. It's a compilation of the first 3 Burnout games, 100%. A very faithful one, though. And that's honestly remarkable. That it's this faithful, you know. But if you've played the first 3 Burnout games, you don't necessarily need to play this. That's a good argument. You know? That's for sure. That's what I said too. Like, the game is really good, but it lacks original content, you know? Like, you have a handful of cars that are unique, I think, to this game, but it's nothing major, and it's not that many cars either. And really, it's not really about the cars in Burnout games. Let's be honest here for a moment. It's about the tracks, it's about the gameplay, about the game modes. That's kind of what it's about. What the hell are you talking about? This game better as the DS version. That was a question I proposed. It's not a statement I made in the title, Andrew. Obviously it's not as bad as the DS version because I'm clearly still playing the game. If it was as bad as the DS version, I would have ended the stream already, my guy. The question I wanted to post in the title because I wanted to find out myself, you know? This track once again is a bit tricky, especially with this car because it's kind of heavy. Or it feels kind of heavy at least. Also doesn't have that good acceleration. So I think opponents will try to come close at some point. Exactly, this is essentially Burnout 3 on the go with a few additions from earlier Burnout games. I mean, you have the pursuit mode from Burnout 2, which is really cool. That is actually a really nice extra. It does shake things up considerably. Because I never thought that the takedowns just replace the pursuit mode. It's just they didn't consider including it because takedowns are a thing. But I still think the pursuit mode is still different enough that you could easily put both in the game, you know? Which is exactly what they did here. So that I can appreciate. But once again, it is kind of nice to... Dude, I'm 15 seconds ahead. Holy shit, dude. I feel like the AI cannot really cope with this track. Because the AI usually goes flat out on pretty much every track. Especially here, you kind of have to like slow down a bit for these tricky sections. And I don't think the AI can really properly cope with this track. Well, it's kind of nice to have the Burnout 3 gameplay on these old tracks. Sometimes it works well, sometimes it doesn't. I think on this track it doesn't really work that well because it's super technical. But on some tracks it's really nice. 20 seconds. What is this, man? Yeah, honestly, for a PSP game, this is amazing. Like, one problem that some PSP games tend to have is they feel a little bit cheap. You know, it feels a little bit not quite right. It's hard to explain. But this, to me, just feels like a PS2 game. With, you know, worse graphics. Which is the highest praise I can give to a PSP game. You know, that it feels like a console game. Which this does, you know, it's just the gameplay from Burnout 3. I honestly think, all things considered, the game still looks really good. Like, if you guys haven't seen me play any other PSP games, you may not necessarily have a good comparison, you know. But I can assure you this is definitely one of the best looking PSP games out there. 100%. I beat them so hard here. Yeah, it also has a crash mode, which is, once again, absolutely fantastic. That's what I can really praise about it. How faithful it is to the original PlayStation 2 games. It is super, super faithful. This game was supposed to be a direct port. Yeah, makes sense. Makes sense. This was supposed to be a direct port of Burnout 3 at some point. And I mean, to a certain extent, it kind of is. Yeah, I really want to know how much the battery got drained by the original TDU. That must have been absolutely absurd. Or the battery got drained there because it's the entire map and or hardly any loading screens in that game either. Crazy. But yeah, there you go. Crash mode. You want to see it? There it is. And it's pretty much identical too. I think there's a little bit less cars in the crash junctions. And those, once again, are just copy and pasted from the console version, you know, Burnout 3. I think it's the exact same crash junctions as from Burnout 3. But with less cars, I think. I may be wrong. Where are they going? Am I going to get a crash breaker? Where are they going? They just despawned! What the fuck? What's my opinion of Burnout Paradise? It's fun, but I prefer the PlayStation 2 Burnouts. I think it's admirable that they tried to go for an open world, but I think they didn't implement it that well. Although the open world was still good. Like, Paradise City is a good open world, but I think the implementation wasn't perfect. Or at least could have been better. There we go. Okay, I'm gonna keep the crash breaker until the two trucks spawn here. And then I'm gonna use it. There we go. Maximum damage. That should easily be gold. Look at that tire. Just rolling in. 420,000. 404. Blaze it, man. Blaze it into page not found. That's a dank number. That's a dank number to end on. Nice. Yeah, exactly. The start and finish, the finish lines were always the same, so you always ended up in the same spots. And yeah, also the lack of fast travel was a bit unfortunate. I don't think that really made sense. But there was at least a lot to explore in the open world, so I can kind of excuse it a little bit. That's not going to work. I think I'm just going to restart that immediately. So yeah, I think they should have just had proper races with a unique finish line somewhere, not always ending at the same spots. I also think it was a bit repetitive, like the game really just went on for a little bit too long, I think. Like, I think when you want to get the elite license, for example, you just have to redo every single event, which... yeah, I don't know, it just doesn't make sense. Okay, I was about to say, as if I missed the fucking... crash breaker there. Yeah, the game can lag a little bit, doing these. I guess isn't really surprising. The physics just left the chat? They downgrade the graphics since the deadline was coming. Yeah, they probably, because at the end of a dev cycle, you know, there's always optimization, right? Like, that's the last thing you do when making a game. You always want to optimize it at the very end when everything is in place. And I guess they just didn't really have much time to optimize it, so they just kind of like, you know, did what they could in the short amount of time they had with reducing the graphical fidelity. But as I said, I think the game still looks really good. Like, there's a lot of detail in these tracks that you really don't see that often. You know? Nice. Like, the PSP racing games tend to lack a lot of detail occasionally. And that's why I think the game looks really good. It has a lot of detail and good damage models. That's really what makes the graphics here. Was that good enough? No way. Oh, wow, it's nice. Very nice. Okay, let's do a couple more. Since we can complete them so quickly. Have I considered the idea of making a racing game soundtrack tier list? I've done 2 already. For Forza Horizon and Need for Speed. Making one for every racing game would take way too long. That would take weeks, man. I think the Need for Speed one already took like 12 hours or so. So yeah. I wanted to make a Burnout one at some point, but at the moment not too much interest in doing that. Okay, one more. Then I go back to races. Mana Club song tier list. Nah, I mean, someone has made a tier list for Burnout soundtrack, so maybe that would be the next one. But not right now. Right now I'm fully focused on finishing my PSP video. That's all I currently want to do. Just finishing this. Oh god, how am I gonna go about this here? I don't think that's gonna stop anything. Oh, there's more cars coming in now. I think it was too little too late here. It was too little too late. Okay, never mind. Man, I guess these goals are really, really low. I feel like sometimes I have some really bad attempts, but I still get my gold medal from these. I mean, I'll take it. Alright. Coupe class, let's go. This is where things actually get considerably quick. Let's do it. I think Compay class might be my favorite. I'm not sure why. Something about the cast I really like and the speed just feels just right. The car is really drifty. I don't even have to use the brakes. Superclass is fun because of the speed. But I worry with some of the track states, it might be a little bit too fast, but let's see what we can do. Let's see what happens when we get there. Okay. Alright, the car drifts by itself, that's not really that good. I'm not actually braking. Car actually does it completely on its own. Sports class. I don't even remember anything from sports class. But we'll be in the next one, right? Genuinely do not remember anything. And Super was the last one, right? Yeah, I think there were just 5 classes, so that's how it's gonna be ending. I wonder how long it takes to actually finish everything. Maybe I'll need to continue this some other day. Alright, sweet. I think they have replays too, which is pretty cool. Not every PSP game has replays. That's nice. But I'll take a quick break to actually go to the bathroom. So I'll see you guys in a minute. Alright. So So I don't want to take this car anymore, it's too drifty. Let's try another one. Let's hope this handle's a bit better. It has a massive wing, so I'd imagine. Wow, interesting, okay. Oops, that didn't go so well. Oh, it's a road rage event, I didn't even pay attention. I think in that case we have a pretty good car for road rage. Unfortunately I already crashed. Opinion on Kuru. He's a good friend. Good friend of mine. I mean, I've worked as an editor. I mean, not just an editor, I guess in general. We worked together for 3 years. Just look at some of the older videos he's done, or he's uploaded, rather. Check the description, you usually find me credited as an editor. I wonder how many people that subscribe to my channel didn't or don't know that. Because initially I had a few people joining in on Twitch and YouTube because they knew me from Kuru, right? And they knew I was his editor. But I think now a lot of videos just kind of like reached out into the algorithm, and some people may not be aware, despite them having watched Kuru in the past. Would be kind of interesting to know how many people that would actually be. Oh, you assholes! I knew they were gonna do that. What about his brother Kuru HD? Oh man. I actually met his brother when I was in Austria last month. I can't say last month anymore, in August. Also a really nice dude. They were really alike. It was kinda jarring how much alike they were. Dude, can I please have a good start to this fucking garbage event? That would be nice. We need to do a Pro Street collab. We actually want to do a world collab, a Need for Speed world collab. Maybe this week even. Let's see. Don't really know if I even have time for that. But I'll try to make it work. I subscribed because of my rant video on racing game content. Interesting. That's actually one of the videos that I kind of regret making, but I still leave it up because I still mostly stand by what I said. I think I over-dramatized it a little bit, and not really that big of a deal as I made it. How did I crash? Weird. But yeah. They found me on the homepage 3 days ago. Well, welcome to the channel then. Hope you enjoy the content. Dude, I don't speak that language, why would I just please speak in English? Shit. I knew that was not going to end well, but at least I got an aftertouch takedown. Maybe another one? The camera can sometimes really suck. I think I can still make it work. The fuck? What? That didn't even make any physical sense. Where was that bounce coming from? Oh, the iceberg. Yeah, the iceberg was like the first video that I made that went really viral. I mean, unsurprisingly, at the time when it released. There were a lot of iceberg videos already out there, and yeah, people tended to just binge them a lot. So yeah, not surprising really. It was also kind of my hope that, you know, with that video, I could get a few people on the channel. Oh boy, don't crash. I don't think I have critical damage yet, but I think then after the next crash I probably will have critical damage. Yeah, that's exactly my goal. I want to make videos that are worth remembering, you know? Like, there's a lot of YouTubers out there that, you know, just do like one video a day or whatever. And like, I'm not hating on that, you know, to each their own. How other YouTubers manage their channels is none of my business. But it's not something I want to do. How did I crash? Goddamn bullshit, man. But I want to make videos that people remember, you know. And if they take longer to make, then so be it. It's also the reason why I'm not making any shorts, because shorts are the exact antithesis to this concept of mine, you know, that I want to make videos that you guys remember. It's like a short you watch, and you scroll to the next one, and like literally 2 minutes later, you've already forgotten the short. Like, you've already forgotten about it. Like, it's the epitome of like short-lived content, and it's just not something I enjoy making at all. Gams, once again, speak in English, please. I cannot understand the language you're using. That's Turkish or Arabic, I don't even know, man. I only speak English and German. But yeah. Ow. And it's not going so well. I'm not paying attention. I mean, the thing with shorts is they're just a time waster. You know, just supposed to kind of waste your time a little bit at work or whatever. And like, that's fine. Like, I respect short form content. It's not that I don't have anything against it. It's just not something that I enjoy. That I enjoy creating. It's just not fulfilling for me. I get like just nothing out of it. That's all. I have nothing against it. I think it has its merit and its reason to exist. And yeah, I watch it myself too, you know, but it's just not something that I feel like I want to contribute to. That's all. This track from Burnout 2. Yeah, this track here is from Burnout 2. Wow, that was hard. That hit was rough. I think from my experience too is, at least at the moment, that might still change in the future. But shorts are just really empty views. Like, they don't really help your channel out at all. Like, if you go to my channel and actually search by or sort by most viewed, my most viewed video is actually a short, you know. And I can show you guys. There's no harm in showing it. I can show it to you. My channel. Let's see, sort by. So here you go, right? Most viewed video is this, like over 500,000 views. This weird short. It's pretty funny. I gotta say, it's really funny. And yeah, that for some reason went super viral. And I can show you the analytics of that one. And I can show you what short form content does to a motherfucker. No. So, there you go. So here are the stats of this video, right? 500,000 views, 1.9 thousand watch time. I got around 200 subscribers, which is basically nothing. That is basically nothing. And I got 10 cents. Oh, boy. Rich, super rich. Just to kind of compare this to another video so you kind of get a reference. So this is the Nintendo DS video, right? Just for comparison. As maybe like 5%, you know, a fraction of the views, a lot more watch time, a lot more subscribers, and I got a lot more money from this. So I don't see the point of making short form content, you know. That's exactly why. Like, I don't find it fulfilling, and it doesn't really help my channel out either, so why do it? But yeah, there you go. I know my opinion on shorts. Alright, since you refuse to speak English, I'll put in timeout. You have 300 seconds to learn English. I mean, they did change how they pay content creators for shorts now. So I think starting this month, I think you actually get a bigger cut for shorts. Or was it next year? I don't know. But in the future, you will actually get paid more for shorts. So, you know, money-wise, it might be worth it. But I don't do this shit for money. Like, I really do not care. You know. Because once again, I wanna make videos that you guys enjoy and can remember. Why is this so difficult, man? I need to restart this again. Damn. Come on, that should have been a takedown. I really pushed him into the bus there. I would say it's a little bit too difficult to do takedowns in this game. I'm pretty sure I beat this game as a kid. It's super nice, man. I gotta say. It's super fun. It's really just Burnout on the go. Without any form of compromise, really. Like, I can't find anything here where I have to say this feels like cheap or lesser than the console version, other than maybe the content. You know? So that's kind of understandable considering it's running on a fucking PSP. Okay, you know what? I'll just take the silver here because I'll restart this one more time. If I get the silver here, fine, I'll take it. Grid, I don't think is even on the PSP, man. For some reason they decided to port Grid to the DS, but not the PSP. Don't ask me why. They did port Tokka, like the sort of spiritual predecessor, like Tokka 3. That they ported to the PSP, but not Grid 1, which I don't really understand. But hey. And yeah, it probably would have been better. I'm not sure what they would have done. I think that could have worked out really well. There we go. DS was cheaper to produce. Yeah, definitely, yeah. That's probably a big reason why they decided to do a DS version instead of a PSP one. It's only cheaper to produce. I'm definitely going to die. Where am I? No, actually I'm still alive. Nice. All the soundtracks in recent racing games, you get the impression that current sim racing games either have no soundtrack or dramatic orchestral. I mean, if you want to talk about sims, yeah, those mostly just do not have a soundtrack. And I mean, for a sim, that's fine. In general, I don't know. I feel like it's definitely kind of getting less attention. Like, less effort is put into compiling a good soundtrack for a racing game. And I think it's mainly because most people just, you know, turn on Spotify. You know, they turn off any music anyways. And they just listen to their own Spotify, you know. So I think, or at least that's what developers think. Hence why there's just not much attention put into soundtracks anymore. Damn it. Wasn't even getting an aftertouch here. Horizon certainly still puts a lot of emphasis on it. And has a lot of, you know, a very huge soundtrack with like a lot of big names in it. I, you know, by far and wide still like the soundtrack in the modern Horizon games. Not as much as in the first one, of course, but I think it's overall still definitely enjoyable and definitely better than recent Need for Speed game soundtracks. Like, those were not good. But yeah, that's probably why. fuck? Dude, getting 16 takedowns here for gold actually is really difficult. I mean, maybe I can get one more. I'm really close now. Nice! There we go. Just need one more attempt. Or I should concentrate. Finally, man. I've been here for a while. That was tough. Oh, that's probably my favorite coupe. Looks really nice. It's nice to hear that Horizon puts effort into the OST. You know, the problem with recent Need for Speed music is it just doesn't fit to a racing game. It's just not music for a racing game. In my opinion. Like, I think it fit the vibe. But I don't think it was fitting for a racing game, like for going fast and doing races. It sounds like something you could have maybe put in like a, I don't know, like GTA game or whatever. But even then, you know, I don't think the music itself was that good either. At least most people think that way. Like, Most Wanted 2012 is a good example. I think the music in general for a racing game just needs to be good and fit to racing. It doesn't need to fit to the atmosphere because, I mean, Most Wanted 2012 soundtrack is all over the place, you know. And you could also argue that the game doesn't really have any distinctive personality, which sounds a bit harsh. But I mean, how would you describe the atmosphere in Most Wanted 2012? The other Most Wanted I can describe as like gritty and, you know, yeah, gritty, lots of graffiti art in there, you know. They did a and rough, I guess, and they did a soundtrack that fits to that. But how would you describe Most Wanted 2012? You know, yet many people still like the soundtrack of Most Wanted 2012 because it was just good music that fit to racing, you know. Although it was absolutely all over the place. Like, you had some fucking dubstep. you had dubstep music right next to fucking I Love It, I Don't Care, you know, like that song. Like, it's all over the place. But people didn't really care because it was just good music that really fit to racing. Whereas in Heat, like, sure, the music fits to the atmosphere, but no one likes it, you know. No, absolutely not. I don't mind Latin music whatsoever. Dude, this thing looks so weird. Looks European. But yeah, it just didn't really make the experience better. Like, I always like to say, like, a good soundtrack makes a good game great, you know? It makes a good experience even better. And it's just not what it did. It just didn't really make the game more interesting or exciting as a soundtrack is supposed to be, you know? Fuck. More like British. Didn't I say European? Unless you don't want to count Great Britain to Europe, which, I mean, fair enough. They clearly don't want to be associated with with Europe in general. Did I crash him out too? Dude, he actually has no health. There we go. These pursuit events are actually really fun, I gotta say. Mainly because I actually managed to cheese my way through them somehow. How about I do one more? Where is it? Do I have one more? Ah, but we have a burning lap. I'll take it. Yeah, the music in Horizon 5 definitely sounds a little bit more like regular raiding music. Which, I don't know. I liked it more when they actually tried to go for festival music. You know, like Horizon 1's soundtrack was so good because it's stuff that would play on a festival. Whereas Modern Horizon soundtrack sounds like something that would just play on the radio. I still like it. I think there's a lot of good tracks here and there. But I can't love it as much as the first Horizon. Oh yeah, the music is super sensitive in Horizon 5 though, that's true. There was the song called, like, I think it was Roses. And on Bass Arena, that one sends it to absolute hell. Like, the lyrics are completely unintelligible. It's crazy. It's not even that graphic of a song. It just censored a bunch of words for no reason. But yeah, that I definitely noticed too. Yeah, dude, if there's a franchise that never missed when it comes to soundtrack, is definitely Midnight Club. Those games always had bangers, man. Rose does have questionable lyrics. Okay, to be fair, I didn't really look at the lyrics too much. But I did listen to the song a couple of times on Spotify. Maybe I missed a couple of bad words. A couple no words. Yeah, apparently they want to bring back old Horizon music, right? In the next update. Very interesting. I wonder how that's gonna work out. Fuck. Dude, this thing is really fast. Way better than the others I've driven so far. Do I enjoy the game? Absolutely. This is a full-fledged Burnout game. Without compromises, which is huge praise. Huge praise. The only compromise you get here really is the graphics. That's it. Super fun. And it is quite nice to take Burnout 3's handling and general gameplay onto Burnout 2 tracks. And vice versa, you know, you do the Pursuit event from, you know, Burnout 2, like that game mode. And you do it on Burnout 3 tracks. It's kinda nice. Cars, the video game. I only played Cars International. And I guess that one was really fun. It was a little bit like a collectathon racing game. So besides the story and all the mini games and extra racing, you actually had like a couple of open worlds where there was a lot of stuff to collect. It was really fun. I played that as a kid a couple of times on PS2. And I think shortly before COVID I played it on Steam. Yeah, it was honestly like really unique games. Worth checking out. Yeah, Pendulum songs are perfect for racing games. 100%. I mean, they have like a whole new album coming up. I feel like you could definitely put some songs into a racing game from those. Like anytime Pendulum pops up in a racing game, it just steals the show, you know? Like it's almost like the music they make is made for racing games. Crazy. Fuck. Whoa. That guy almost swerved right into me. Why is there so much bass when you crash? To emphasize the impact. I must have blown out PSP speakers back then. Okay, man, I'm just getting passed around here, man. You beat Carbon on the DS, changed your mind, you think it's better than the PSP one? Ha! Told ya! Told ya! It's the handling, man, and the speed. And one better game mode. It doesn't have as many game modes as the PSP one, but the ones that are, they are better. Told ya. It's really good, honestly. You never, like, it goes out to anyone. Like, if you never played Carbon or Pro Street on the DS, dude, honestly, just play it on an emulator. They're so fun. Like, sure, the graphics are DS, but once you get past the graphics, then you'll find out they are super good. Super good games, actually. That being said, the PSP version of Carbon on the City is so good. Don't get me wrong. Okay. Actually, I have quite a lead here. Oh boy. 11 seconds, okay. I think it's pretty much in the back. Can I crash into the finish line? I don't know where it is. Nice! Oh wow, my car just despawned. Okay, that works. Cool. Hey, we get a new car at 100 takedowns. Man, I gotta do one more pursuit. They're so fun, man. I'm so surprised how much I enjoy these. Actually fun, especially because you don't have that absurd rubber band as you have in Burnout 2. Like in Burnout 2, like when you hit these targets, they speed up absolutely ridiculously. It's a bit absurd. You don't really have that here. It feels a lot more balanced. Especially because you can kill them immediately if you kinda get lucky. I started an entire discussion on racing MOSTs. But I've done that multiple times already. Trust me. That's something worth talking about because it doesn't really... It's not something that's often talked about, but I think there's so much to talk about. Does that make sense? Nice. Nice. Shit. What's this camera? Stop it, man. Nice. Hey, man. Okay, I think now he's gonna... Oh, dude, he's almost dead. Come on, dude. Wait, what? I can't move in this shit cutscene, man. Alright, that's it. But it wasn't fast enough. It was only a silver. It was only a silver. I'll try again. Yeah, Burnout 2 is still really good. It doesn't have the takedown mechanics, but still a really fun game. Definitely. I actually played for the first time not too long ago. I didn't play that as a kid. I think I played for the first time in like 2018. Actually, that's not true. It's probably 2020 when I played the first time. It was definitely on stream. So yeah. Despite having zero nostalgia for it, I can vouch for it being super fun. Nice, that was fast. Nice! Gamers, can you write anything of value? Or do I have to hide you from the channel? Let's try the Assassin's Copy. I haven't tried this one yet. Yeah, Burnout 1 I still need to try, but I don't know. It was definitely more of an experiment, you can definitely tell. Rather than actually making like a full game. Like they were definitely still trying to figure things out with the engine and everything. It's very obvious. Thumbs up 10,000, okay. Right. Definitely something a normal person would write. Is Pro Series the only racing game which is much better on the DS than PSP? No, as I said earlier, I think the DS version of Carbon is definitely better than the PSP version. But we also had... Surely there are some others too. I actually preferred the DS version of Asphalt 2, but only slightly over the PSP version. Well, this game is definitely the opposite. This on the DS was absolute torture, man. Like, it's such a lethal game, it's crazy. Whereas the PSP version is absolutely super fun, man. Like, the quality difference between the DS version and PSP version of Burnout Legends is absurd. In Japan, Burnout is called Heaven Drive. Interesting. Not sure why they feel the need to give some games other names in other regions. Unless it's like, you know, kind of hard to remember or hard to pronounce for people in that region. But I don't think Heaven Drive is much easier to remember or pronounce than Burnout for Japanese people. That seems strange. Did you do 30 takedowns in a single road rage? It's gonna be tough, man. I think the highest I got was like 16 yet. So maybe I can do more, given the opportunity. Yes, 100%. The DS version was 100% made by a different team than the DS version of this game. PSP version, I mean. Guaranteed. I mean, I put the developers next to the games in the DS video. Like, I put that as info there. You can maybe look it up. I definitely know that the DS version of Burnout Legends also, the team that made that game also made Ford Racing 3 on the DS, which was also complete garbage. So I think they were called Visual Studios? Nah, not like that. Nah, something with visual, I think. But yeah, absolutely. Yeah, just not a good team. I don't think they ever made anything good, to be honest. Haven't looked through the entire catalog, but just based on the games I played from them, not good. The only thing good about Burnout 1 is the soundtrack. Ouch. That's not necessarily high praise. Ah, okay. 0, I see. They wanted to call it Heaven Drive in Japan, but they left it at Burnout. I mean, it makes sense too. I don't see the benefit in calling it that for Japanese people. Seems a bit counterproductive. Don't hit the car. Okay. Don't hit the... Ah. Hard to control the car with these bumps, so I kind of have to ask the game nicely. Come on! Like that, I lost my entire boost bar. Okay, now it's getting a bit silly. There we go. Yeah, split seconds music is fantastic. 100%. God damn. Definitely. It's probably my favorite orchestral soundtrack in any racing game. Or at least I can't come up with any that I like more. Grid 2's was really good. Okay, well, let's see if I can still catch it up. It's only a really long race. Or perhaps... Haha. I wanted to take him out, maximize my boost bar, but whatever. Thing is, all races are 3 laps here. Like, the game doesn't really have any races that are just 1 or 2 laps, or maybe even more. It's all 3 laps. I assume they just did that out of convenience. They probably just ran out of time, and then they were like, ah, fuck it, we'll just make everything 3 laps. I didn't really want to play through everything, and then I just races are too long or too short. They were just like, ah, fuck it. This actually is so tricky. There's so many blind spots. Which is why I keep crashing here. This race, for example, would have been enough for with 2 laps, even if I would have lost after 2 laps, but so. Yeah. As I said, the DS version of this was awful. As I said in my video. Yeah, this is definitely much better. This is actually just a proper Burnout game. Without many compromises. Now you want a Burnout game? Here you go. There we go. Managed to win it after all. Well, Burnout games never come to PC. I mean, Paradise did. What I assume is, back in the 2000s, piracy was a lot more... Developers and publishers were a lot more afraid of piracy in the 2000s, basically. Which is why games tended to be a lot more exclusive to consoles. Nowadays it's not so much a thing anymore because we have so many fucking DRMs at the moment that it's getting a little bit ridiculous. But back then it was a lot more of a concern, piracy, and it actually fucked with sales quite a bit. And so games like Burnout released only on consoles, you know, to make sure that they actually return a profit. And people don't just pirate it. At least that's what I assume. And by the time Paradise came out, you know, the entire piracy situation was a lot more controlled. And so they decided to release it on PC as well. Although I would honestly argue at this... currently it doesn't even matter that much. Like, emulators have gone so far that, you know, if you actually properly emulate a Burnout game on, let's say, a PS2 emulator and you actually set the game up correctly, it may as well play like a PC version. Like, you can have a, you know, smooth frame rate, high resolution, various fixes, etc. Like, it may as well not even matter. Nice. And back then, publishers were a lot more terrified of piracy, definitely. I think that definitely contributed to Burnout only being available on consoles for a long time. What time is it? Oh, okay. PS2, yeah, definitely one of the best consoles for racing games. Had some of the coolest releases. But 360 is also really good in my opinion. Especially it had a lot of backwards compatibility options too, so... You have a huge racing games library on the 360 with a lot of bangers on there too. I think this is the 360, like if you just look at the consoles themselves. The 360 actually aged a lot better than the PlayStation 2. Like, the games look a lot better, you know, the resolution is much better. The controller is a little bit more modern, so you have like, you know, gas and steering on the triggers, for example, which are analog, by the way. Like, all that stuff is not really a thing on the PlayStation 2. And I think if I were to go back to playing on a proper PlayStation 2 again, I'd probably have a hard time getting into it. Because I'm so used to better resolutions, better frame rates, you know, fully analog controllers. So I don't know if I'd enjoy playing stuff on an original PlayStation 2 as much nowadays anymore. Whereas on a 360 it was fairly easy to get into, you know. Like, most games were 720p occasionally, but that's okay. Controller was decent. And games tended to run pretty well as well, so, you know, it's a bit easier to get into. My car has once again turned electric. It actually sounds electric now because you can only hear the turbo. Yes. The first two Project Gotham Racing games have massive performance issues when you play them on a 360. I'm not sure if you've played Project Gotham Racing 2, but that one's even worse. That one's actually even worse. That one actually crashes entirely multiple times. So yeah, just get prepared for that. Like the performance on these two games is not good on the 360, unfortunately. So generally speaking, it's still recommended to play them on an original Xbox. But who the fuck buys an original Xbox just to play two games? You know? Unless there's some other games that you really want to play. Like Midtown Madness 3, I think, for example, is not backwards compatible on Xbox 360. Like stuff like that. Or Rally Sport Challenge 2. Unless you plan on playing those, I would still not recommend getting an original Xbox. Especially because they're a lot more expensive to get than a 360. Yeah, try to emulate it. I'm actually not sure how good the OG Xbox emulator is. I heard that it's not super good. Like the entire emulator leaves a lot to be desired, but if it works for you, that's probably the best way to play these. Yeah, there's an original Xbox emulator out there. Don't ask me what it was called. Ximu, yeah. Ximu is what it was called. That's the name I also had in my mind. Yeah, it exists, but it's not super developed. Like that one just needs a little bit more development time, I think, until it becomes fully functional. Okay, I'd say let's do a few more crash junctions. And I think then I'm good for today. Then we can do sport and super some other time. I haven't heard this song once, man. I'm so disappointed. In a race. It's really good. It's a really good song. No, I'm not planning to finish this in one sitting. I'll take a break. And then I'll continue it on Monday. And by then, I'm actually done with the second batch of PSP games. So after I'm done with this game, I'll take a little break from playing PSP games. So that I can actually write the scripts, voice it in, and actually edit the next part of the video. That will then come online on Patreon, if anyone wants to get a sneak peek. And once all that's edited and published on Patreon, then I'll continue. And in the meantime, I'll maybe do some smaller projects in between. Maybe going back to Gran Turismo or trying out some new games. Okay, it's actually really hard to get through there. Oh boy, I jumped over everything. Okay. At least got it into the crash breaker. That's something, I guess. Actually, I think that might still work. I think it's looking pretty good. Have I heard any other songs from Junkie XL that aren't in racing games? I mean, he did do a couple songs. I mean, he was, especially right now, he's just doing movie scores, right? Like, he completely moved away from making EDM. And is now mostly doing scores for actual movies. Good for him, you know. But not something I'm into, personally. My PC can run Xenia, but it depends heavily on the game. But I actually can run Xenia better than RPCS3. Mainly because Xenia actually has support for FSR. Which means I can basically play everything at a native 720p resolution, but still kinda make it look like 1080p. Whereas on RPCS3 I have to actually upscale everything to 1080p, which my PC cannot do. That's where I'm kind of missing a little bit of performance. But yeah, currently I'm actually playing through Red Dead Redemption 1 on Xenia. Without any major issues, the game actually runs over 30 FPS. Like, I actually get more frame rate out of it. It's not consistent 60, I can't hit that consistently, but yeah, somewhere between 40 and 60 is what it usually runs at. Which is super nice. Whoa. I could have gone for the money there. Which probably would have been the smart thing to do. Anyways. Yeah, Burnout Dominator I may cover shortly as an honorable mention in the YouTube video, but I won't really go in depth with it because as a PS2 version out there, I don't know why I should check it out. This is like more unique, you know, this is like PSP exclusive. Willingly ignoring the DS version, by the way, that doesn't exist. Oh, that looks super buggy, look at this. It might be the emulator though. How do you activate FSR mode? I think you have to press F6 and that brings up like a little window. And in the middle there's a setting for FSR which you want to turn on. And then also some sliders you can use to make it look better. Oh, I remember this one was fucking difficult. This one was absolutely difficult. I remember this from Burnout 3. You kind of have to block the cars up there, but then also down there, which I somehow managed to do. Actually, not quite. Damn it. I remember this one was tricky as hell. This one was super tricky. Especially because there isn't really a good way to go about it. I think this time I did it pretty well. Now you have the cars up here. Honestly, I think you may just want to ignore them entirely. Oh, actually. Okay, this might be something, dude, the frame rate. There's definitely the most amount of cars, like it's the biggest crash junction yet. I think I missed a couple cars though. I think I missed it. Actually, it's still gold. No, nice, okay. Good enough, I'll take it. Sweet, sweet, sweet. I didn't get anything new here. Not in America. Does this look so bugged? I don't know what I've done. Okay, I guess that one was new. Probably the 60 FPS patch that messes with the menu a bit. Fuck. Actually, that might work. Nice. Dude, I actually exploded next to all these buses. And again, yeah, okay, this is easy gold. Unless I'm mistaken, that is easy gold. Crash's Revenge mode. Yeah, it had a few differences. Mainly, there weren't any multipliers. I actually think, and this is also missing here, which I appreciate. I don't think the multipliers in Burnout 3 were good. Oh, actually, it wasn't good enough. Because it was basically like, if you don't hit the 4x multiplier, it's already a restart. You were so reliant on getting the 4x multiplier to actually get a gold in these, in the crash events. You don't have those in Revenge, and you don't have them here. And I think that's why these here are actually more fun. You know? Why was that not a gold, by the way? Like, that seemed so good. What am I doing wrong? Revenge's Crash Roll was originally going to have the pickups from Burnout 3. I'm glad they didn't go for it. I mean, I'm okay with, like, the money being there, you know? That I'm okay with. But, the multiplayer is with too much of a game decider, you know? They're way too much decided if, you're gonna actually pass the crash junction or not. Am I not getting a gold here? What am I doing wrong? What do I even need? 450k, dude, I'm so close. Dude, I think duels are a lot more boring in Burnout than Burning Laps. Because Burning Laps are basically you just racing on crack. Like, you get so much more nitrous from everything. It's kind of absurd. Oh, you think it's those cars there? That are driving off? I think I have to hit those. Yeah, I think that's what I have to do. I mean, let's see how this goes. Maybe I can... I'm not even close. I have to hit the cars in front there. Yep. I'm also thinking maybe I don't want to do this jump here. Yeah, I have to kind of get to these cars over there, but... with all these buses here, it's really tough. How the fuck did that happen? How did these buses get stacked on top of each other? What the fuck? I don't think it was good enough again. Actually, never mind, it was good enough. Actually, yeah, look at that. I think I barely touched some of the cars here. Like, the truck is actually standing there. Like, they actually took some damage. That's why I managed to pass after all. The double stack bus. Very nice. Okay. Stack the cops in Papega mod, now we stack the buses here. We stack everything, man. We stack everything. Okay, I think I want to avoid these here. Great. That was less than optimal. I mean, it kind of works. They're just kind of snaking their way. Okay, that guy just went swimming. Can I make it over there to the... Oh, yeah. Please hit. The fuck was that invisible wall there, man? Let's see if that was good enough still. Yeah, okay, nice. Okay. Not complaining. I jumped over the cash bonus in the previous attempt. That may have been part. I mean, I got the gold, I think, every time. But yeah, it definitely helped. Is Split Second an enjoyable game? Yes. It's sometimes a bit bullshit. I think the rubber band is way too strong in Split Second. But yeah, definitely worth playing. There's actually a way you can play Split Second in 60 FPS nowadays. Like, there's a patch out there, and I would 100% recommend it. The game actually becomes a lot better when you play it in 60 FPS. That was just bad. I'm gonna reset that. I'm not gonna take that jump, I think. But yeah, it's 100% worth playing. Get the 60 FPS patch. Bruh. I mean, I could also take the jump on the right there, but I'm not sure why I would. This seems to make a lot more sense to me here. 100% that's a gold. If that's not a gold, then I'm gonna be really surprised. There's also a crash breaker over there. Interesting. Interesting. The game doesn't need me to go to both of these crash breakers. Can I recommend a good mod for most wanted in 2005? Yeah, this is this thing called the Papega mod. I don't know who's made it, but it's kind of okay, you know. That's something you can check out. It's a little bit fun, yeah. Made by weirdos, but yeah. That one I can recommend. Actually look at that. We actually got a news for that newspaper. And Pegaball is definitely good, but I can also really recommend opposite challenges. Oh, it's good too. Where do I crash? Here maybe? And just kind of snake my way over there. I didn't make it. Yeah, all those cars on the opposite lane are not going anywhere. So I think I have to reset. Love the bits, thank you man, appreciate it. Hope you enjoy the future content as well. Fuck, can't get to the money anymore because I didn't get a perfect start. Yeah, so I really want to hit this car and then can I get over here. But I feel like I already missed too many cars. Yeah, look at that, there's so many buses there. How do you do this? Yo. How do you actually do this? I think the attempt was decent, but not good enough. Not good enough. Yep. How much do I even need? 425,000, okay. I think you want to crash out here. Then use the crash breaker here. Then you stop a bunch more cars here. Already caused a collision up there. Yeah, okay, this is gold. This is gonna be gold. I'm gonna be really weirded out if this isn't gold. Let's see if I'm right. I mean, I didn't collect many of the cash pickups. But it should be okay. I think we got every single car involved. Yep. 444, nice. Very nice. Hey, we got a new van. Yeah, these you only unlock for like arcade mode where you can just do races at your own leisure, but you can't actually select cars here. Which is one thing that I also liked a little bit more about Burnout Revenge's crash mode. You could actually select a car for these crash junctions and they all had like, you know, strengths and weaknesses, and you kind of had to figure out what car is the best for each junction, you know. Maybe you need a fast car to get to the junction quicker, but if you could get there quicker, then, you know, you could take something that has a little bit more strength and, you know, explodes a little bit better and does more damage. That was really nice, you know. It's one thing that I also really liked about the crash mode in Revenge. Honestly, I felt kinda unoptimized. I think we got every car involved, so we should be fine. If I'm right. Oh yeah, easily. Easily, dude. Might be another newspaper even. Yes, I was right. It was a high number, so I kinda felt it though. I did play the Redux mod for Carbon. It was really good actually. So if you want the vanilla experience, I can recommend Redux for Carbon. Made the game feel a lot more polished. The fuck is this livery, man? Welcome to America. Especially I think it's a European car too. What the fuck is this? Look at this stretched as fuck American flag on the back of it where the license plate usually is. The fuck's this? Ah, get it! I should have been a bit earlier. Actually, I got the cash bonus. Nice. I was saying the physics are really entertaining in the crash mode. I think they really nailed the physics here. Yeah. American livery on what seems like a replica of a Mercedes. That's some cursed shit. Okay, let's do a couple more. One of those, what the fuck am I driving? And it's a delivery van? Yo, okay, dude, that thing just exploded immediately. Dude, if that isn't a gold immediately, I'm gonna be very surprised. I exploded. Hey, that might even be in the newspaper, man. That was absolutely perfect. I exploded the tanker, which you can't see, by the way. Like, the tanker doesn't actually get visual damage, but it can explode and it gives you a lot of money. And then silver? That seemed so good, though. What did I miss? The fuck? The video seems very familiar. Winter City. Yeah, it uses... The game uses the same tracks from Burnout 3 and even 1 and 2. Look at that, I'm exploding that thing immediately. Maybe I have to get to the money here? Probably. Where are you taking me? Where are you taking me? The collision on the van looks so fucked. Look at the collision. The damage on this van is completely broken. Completely. Really? I missed it by 3k? You're kidding. You're kidding. I mean, I got it now. So whatever. Okay, how many did I do? How many gold medals do I have? 30 out of 30. Yeah, I'd say let's call it here. Because I'm also getting really, really hungry. And I'd like to get some food. So yeah, thank you all so much for joining once again on YouTube. I don't know, are there any people here that also watch on Twitch? What do you prefer? Do you prefer watching these streams on YouTube or on Twitch? There's definitely a lot of benefits to streaming on YouTube. So first of all, the quality is much better. Like the entire image and everything. I can stream with like a lot higher bitrate. So that's definitely better. You have playback, so if you miss part of the stream, you can just go back. You have less ads, which is huge. And yeah, a bunch of things too. The chat isn't as good, admittedly. But I will also say that Twitch chat is actually getting worse as we speak. Like, they're actually finding ways to make it worse. YouTube lags way less. Yes, you actually can get... you always have quality options available on Twitch. You know? Like, for the stream, you can actually select a different quality. You can't always do that on Twitch. At least not in my position. The way it works on Twitch is based on the bandwidth they have available. They either give my stream quality options or they don't. You always have quality options here. And once again, I can stream in 1080p here. On Twitch, I have to stream in 900p, and the image is still better. So yeah, there's a lot of pro arguments for YouTube. But yeah, we'll see. I kind of thought about streaming on YouTube more often, other than just every Saturday. Maybe I'll throw in 1 or 2 extra days on YouTube. Maybe honestly, I'll continue this maybe on YouTube instead of continuing this on Twitch. This, I mean. So yeah. Yeah, and also get more money here. Not that it's like I mean, it's not even a topic for me, which is why I didn't even mention it just now. But yeah. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it continues. I think I'll stream a bit more often on YouTube. Also have more people watching, so... I don't know. But yeah, that's it for today though. Guys, thank you so much for hanging out once again. Appreciate it all. No stream tomorrow, yep, I'm taking a day off. But I'll be back on Monday. With more of this. Definitely want to continue this. I think I'll play it until I get to the Super League. I'm not sure how far I'll get into it, but yeah, we shall see. Or at least finish like half the content in this game. But yeah, thank you all so much for watching once again. Hope you guys have a good rest of your weekend. And yeah, take care, take it easy. As always, Peace. See you guys.